come where they fuck us for the rest of our lives. I told you all once, I told you all twice that this is the start of our demise. That this is the start of our demise. Bury me 6 feet underground. Take my hand and send those demons back where they were found and save us wanted to the ground. Take my hand and lead me far away. That I'll ever get my shit together. Half my life I felt like I was under the weather. All my future endeavors I fall from dumb. Getting fucked up in the train tracks. Never wanna take those days back. I know I was young, I was living my life like a goddamn idiot. Started shit and we finished it. At least I live my life with style. I no longer feel so proud. I feel a fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. I feel a fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. I feel the fire burn.
Yo! What is up, everybody? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Big stuff happened over the weekend. If you've been around, if you know me, if you've been in my Discord, if you've been a student of mine, or if you just haven't lived under a goddamn rock for the last 8 months, you know that I have been calling every single bit of this. First things first, chat, what's good? Let's see who we got. Not a lot of people that I've seen before. Powell, what's good, man? Yes, sir, what's good? Banger song, yeah, the music's actually by one of my really good childhood friends. He's like an up-and-coming artist. He lets me use all his stuff because it's non-copywritten, and it's good music. So whether you like it or not, I mean, it's good music. But all right, guys, gonna go over some, TA and stuff today, but then I was just gonna, answer your guys' questions, get your guys' feedback, just kind of chill. I've got a full whiskey and lime, man. We're chilling today. I had several of my students making like literal six figures today. Unfortunately for me, I was streaming with Inspo. I didn't get a chance to put a short in, but I'm just happy that we get lower prices, and ultimately we're the macro thesis is on point. I've told many people that I make 99% of my portfolio when I'm in swing longs, when I DCA, when I swing trade. These, although a 10% short is great, a 20% short is great, it's not really a huge gain for me. I'd really only short this with 20% of my portfolio. Probably only would have made 4 or 5% today. Still quite a bit of money, but regardless. Moon Boys have disappeared. Yeah, the Moon Boys are gone. They've lied to everyone for a very long time. They've caught everybody in a trap, and now we're capitulating. And most people are getting absolutely, they're losing thousands of dollars every hour here. If they weren't already. Most altcoins are down, 80%, 90% already. Ethereum is getting absolutely crushed. It actually just broke below its 2017 all-time high. All these things that these people, these influencers, these people with millions and hundreds of thousands of followers have told us would never happen are happening. It's remarkable that these people get away with scamming literally everybody, and they don't get in any sort of trouble or any sort of repercussions, because ultimately they do influence the market. When the Moon Carl tweets that Bitcoin is bullish, and we dump 10% afterwards. I mean, is that not the same as, Elon Musk maybe manipulating and the SEC finding him? I think Carl should be held accountable for some of this, but I don't get what's up with Agris trade. She's a nice guy, but calls you always inferior, and that you begged for help and don't bite the hand that feeds you. Why is he so upset with you? All right, you guys want to know the Agris story? I'm going to let more people join in the live stream. Sorry, I was thirsty. I'm going to let more people join in the live stream, go over the stock TA, go over a little bit of Bitcoin, and then I'll give you guys the Agris story, because that guy is a piece of shit and he's a terrible trader. He's been attacking me for several months. I'll give you the whole story. He's going to give you the half-wit story because he's a half-wit, and, he's a meme in my Discord. Everybody sees what he says. They've seen the DMs. They've seen what he posts. He has no idea what he's doing. But on to bigger and better things that aren't Agris. Let's get into some TA. So, Dow Jones. We've been talking about this, ultimately, this head and shoulders breakdown, retest, and further breakdown all the way down to my blue line here, like 29,700. I mean, I don't know about you, but we were pretty spot on. There were a lot of people calling this that we've bottomed, that we're going to all-time highs, that melt up. But if you've been paying attention to my live stream, if you've been paying attention to my Twitter, you were very, you were very prepared for this scenario. This was a relief rally a couple weeks ago, and now we're breaking back down, making lower lows. I have no doubt in my mind that we are going to break this support. However, it would make sense to have maybe another relief rally before heading back down. We'll have to see when we get there. I have not changed any of these lines in like 4 or 5 weeks. So we're pretty much on par with where we're supposed to be going. And also, we know macroeconomics-wise, it's pretty awful. There was a leak that we're getting a 0.75 rate hike. I don't know about you, but again, that is horrible. That's horrible news. Horrible news. I think a run up to 26K to liquidate short possessions. It could happen. Could happen. Can we watch the video of Moon Carl when he's singing? Maybe. Maybe we'll revisit that one in a little bit. After maybe later. Maybe like a minute before I end the stream, because it's pretty embarrassing. But yeah, I mean, following the plan accordingly. S&P 500. Unfortunately, I deleted a lot of my lines on here. I was showing someone and I just like literally deleted them. But following the same plan as the Dow, we had ultimately a retest, and now we're breaking back down. The next level to pay attention to again is this like 3,500 level. Whether it holds as support or not, if it knifes right through it, man, we are crashing. We are crashing. But ultimately, we are down. What are we down? 22%. I still think we have a long way to go. I think we have another, 30, 40% from all-time high. So put us around the COVID lows. I think that would be the potential bottom. But ultimately, no one really knows where the bottom is. But still, even still, I mean, we have the head and shoulders, the breakdown here, the retest, and now we're going lower. And it amazes me. You have these people claiming to be pro traders, and they didn't realize a simple breakdown retest for continuation. It's kind of embarrassing. Like, how are you a pro trader and you don't understand and you can't fathom that this is literally a breakdown and retest? You can even see with the low volume here that it's unbelievable. Like, you can't call yourself a pro trader if you don't see one of the easiest things ever, which is a breakdown and retest. Completely normal. You have them everywhere. It's crazy. A lot of clowns in this space who get people wrecked. Thanks for your insights. Oh, anytime, man. Anytime. 11K is possible. I mean, 11K is possible. My bottom is between 13 and 17, but we'll see. I'm not going to begin DCAing until I see Bitcoin below 20K. At this point, it's inevitable. It is inevitable. NASDAQ, down the worst out of the index. We know the NASDAQ represents the tech sector, down 33% from all-time highs. Ultimately, head and shoulders. Again, breakdown, retest, further breakdown. The next level is actually this 11,000, and then I have 9,900. Ultimately, again, I still believe this will go down around 60 to 80%, which is about COVID lows. 60, 80% would probably put us at 39 to 4K, which I still even still, I think that's reasonable. A lot of people don't think that's possible. I think it's very, very possible. I think anything's possible, honestly. But total charts. Guys, we talked about this for several weeks. Lose the purple line, and we're going straight to the gold or even the white here at 500 billion. I would even say 700 to 777 billion would be your next area of demand. It seems we have a couple bounces here and then ultimately topped out here. So that's the next level where a potential bounce could be. There's literally no support between here and there. So expect more pain. Expect Bitcoin possibly 19.7. Expect a lot of altcoins to drop. Again, we fully expected this. I said all of these, we've been following all these macro levels, every single one. We were prepared for all of this. Total 2. We actually are dumping really, really fast in total 2, and this is also expected. Altcoins are getting absolutely obliterated. We have been in a bear market, and they've been getting wrecked. Ethereum's lost its prior all-time high, and it's continuing to go down. If it loses 1,200, it's game over for Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum easily, I think it easily get to $200 to $400 as an absolute low. If it gets any lower than that, then it gets kind of scary. But $200 to $400, I think it's very, very possible for Ethereum. And then ultimately, it looks like we did kind of bounce a little bit off my golden line here. But again, I think your absolute bottom or your potential bottom is around 250 billion on altcoins, which again, total 2 is Ethereum and all of the altcoins. Total 3, again, looking pretty ugly. I'm going to put another support line in here, probably right around here or even up to here. It looks like we kind of bounced off our prior all-time high, or altcoin all-time high. And I'm going to be completely honest. Not that I guarantee we're going to lose this level, but I think we're going to lose it and go straight down to 183 billion. I just don't see a scenario where that doesn't happen. These coins are worthless. No one's going to buy them. And like I said, 99% of them are just scams or exit liquidity. Melting up Caesar a week ago. Shorting 30K is the cringiest thing I've ever seen in a long time. Bro, rip the newbies who follow those type of people. Yeah, well, we absolutely roasted him today. If you didn't see my Twitter post, I can show that to you now. If it'll even load it. I mean, these absolute fools, man. Like, all of these people just continuously proving that they are not, their opinion isn't valuable here, and they've never traded in a bear market. They've never been in a bear market, and they won't last very much longer. These people tend to lose everything. I mean, or they just get too frustrated and they figure out that they're not good traders. And ultimately, you know, Gert Van Lagen, TA, this guy is horrific. Trader J, he actually copied a lot of my charts back in September. I've only seen one post from Picasso, and it was just so stupid I had to put him in here. Obviously, Agris, I mean, this guy hasn't made a good trade in over a year and a half now. Guys, and I'm going to tell you the story here in a bit, and then lastly, Melt Up Caesar. This guy's an absolute freak show. I mean, melting up to 70K during a recession, are you out of your mind? Like, can you get any dumber? Please, use your brain. But DXY is extremely bullish. I mean, even still. Are we looking at a potential double top? Possibly. I think that would make sense to at least hit this area again, maybe come back down, make a higher low here, ultimately making a bull flag to break up. I don't think we just break through this. If we do, again, expect more pain in the markets. But ultimately, if you've been watching the stream, we knew that this was a double bottom. We knew this setup was very, very bullish, and ultimately, we knew what the consequence was if the DXY kept its bullish rampage. I mean, it's literally going parabolic right now, breaking every resistance, and this was just a relief route, ultimately just a relief period for the DXY because it was so overbought. I mean, a huge overbuy. But I think we can still go up. Excuse me, I keep burping for some reason. There's no divergence yet. This is very, very bullish. Extremely bullish. I don't think Solana is worthless. Wait until the end of the bear market. Why are some alts to short? What are some alts to short during this dump? Shorting is not the play anymore. The risk reward for shorting is very, very low. You missed all your short opportunities because you were watching Moon Boys tell you to buy the local tops. What's your stance on holochain? I don't care, guys. And if you're new here, I really don't care about altcoins. I've been through an entire bear market, and I see what happened. I've seen what happened with altcoins. 99% of them either never break their all-time highs or cease to exist. And if you don't understand this, look at all the coins that predate 2019 and experience the 2017 and 2018 crash, because I just don't know what else to tell you. Altcoins are literally useless. Like 99% of them, useless. They'll never be used. It doesn't matter what the dev team does. It doesn't matter if Elon Musk likes it. It literally doesn't matter. They are completely useless. Stay away from them unless we're in the absolute peak of the bull market, because then, they'll do their crazy run-ups. You'll make some money. Obviously do low-risk longs. But for the most part, just stay the hell away from altcoins. Just please stay the hell away. You saw what happened with Luna. You're seeing what's happening to the majority. I mean, the majority of these are down 90 to 90%. I mean, look at Solana. Solana is down. Oop, that's Doge. Solana is down almost 90%. Like, why do you want to buy a coin that loses that much value? Yeah, sure, it ripped and it went up a ton because we had retail enter in and they were buying altcoins, which is completely normal in a bull market. But this is not This is not healthy. This is not an asset that retains value. It's literally useless. Okay. Well, could Solana possibly, be a close competitor to Ethereum? Yeah, it could, because it's in a lot of NFTs. But honestly, guys, stay away from altcoins. Trust me, just stay away from altcoins. I thought you and Agris were cool. No, he's a piece of shit. How is it better to DCA weekly, bi-weekly? That's entirely based on how you prefer to invest. Entirely based on you. But USDT, .D, USD dominance, guys, price discovery. We knew that this was going to be consolidation, and now we're breaking higher to the upside. This is completely bullish, and again, I don't really see this pulling back until Bitcoin hits a major support or Altron major support. We're ultimately capitulating right now, so I do think this could go up to 15 to 16% before a major pullback. And you can think whatever you want, but in 2018 when we dropped 50% over like 3 weeks, it was absurd. I mean, retail was completely gone after capitulation. It was quiet and peaceful. Yo, what up, Stizzy? And buy Redbox. Dude. Why Redbox? Why were you talking about Redbox in the Discord earlier? I just saw you randomly say buy Redbox. You should talk with CryptoFace. It would be a fun interview. Well, go ping him or go ask him. I don't even know who that is. How is it too late to short if you think we can go to 13 to 19K Bitcoin? Because we're oversold and there's a good chance we'll bounce. Again, the risk reward isn't there. You should have shorted yesterday or even 3 days prior. Looking forward to peaceful. Yeah, me too. All right, let's get into Bitcoin and then I'll tell you guys the story. Okay, so Bitcoin. If you guys have been following my live streams for quite some time, you know that I've brought this chart out. You know that I've been talking about this for quite some time. We have the death cross. We have possible retests of the 50 weekly moving average, and then we capitulate. Here we have our death cross. We have our death cross, our 50 weekly, and I'll even zoom in just a tad. We have our death cross, our 50 weekly retest, and now capitulation. Ultimately, because we are in different macro factors that we're not here or even here, I believe the bottom is somewhere between 13 and 17. But again, guys, we could literally drop below that. Bitcoin and crypto have never seen an economic recession. They've only been around an economy that's been extremely bullish, and some of the most largest gains in stock market history have happened in the last 13 years. So if you're thinking that there's a floor or a bottom before stocks crash, you're absolutely wrong. Wait for stocks to show us bottoming signals. Wait for them to crash. There's always a crash before the end of before we bottom. So ultimately, that's kind of what I'm waiting for. But yeah, we've been following my macro thesis to a T. We knew this was going to happen. We were ultimately predicting that this is going to happen, and there's no surprise now that it's happened. And again, a lot of the moon boyish accounts, a lot of the accounts that say they're good at TA but they're really not, they don't give you analysis like this. They don't give it to you the way it should be. They're trying to tell you what it's going to do without explaining it. And I've showed you historicals, I've showed you technicals, and I've brought out macro analysis. I've covered all three bases. P-Dub, I'm up 21% on Redbox. Nice. Hey, I didn't say it was a bad trade. I just didn't know why Redbox, but that's awesome. That's awesome. Is it good to buy Bitcoin long term currently? I mean, it's always a good time to buy. It'll most likely break its all-time high again, but that's entirely on your risk tolerance and how long your time period is. If you're expecting gains over the next year, I'd tell you that it's stupid to buy right now. We just broke the largest macro support to date, and we'll most likely see a 19 to 17K Bitcoin before any sort of relief bounce. How are you calling all these pro traders and everyone making predictions that they're wrong? Your living room is empty. I'm sure you have a day job. Stick to it. Bro, this is my basement, and I leave it empty because it's a fucking basement with my computer in it. So, thanks for your input. I'm sure that you didn't, you're following people that didn't have any sort of clue what was happening, and they were flipping bias every other day. My living room is empty. Thank you for that. You're not the one looking at buying a mansion in Florida right now. So how about you take your little ego and go somewhere else? Because I don't have time for it, and no one here cares about anything you have to say. Excuse me. Robert, I bet a 1% loss in my portfolio is more than your entire net worth. So move along, buddy. Move along. All right, let's get into the daily here. Enough of that. Get into the daily. So we lost our capitulation zone. Ultimately, that's support, and now we're down, I believe, like 20%. Yeah, 21%. Since then, my next support is 19K, 19.9, 19.7K. I don't know about you, but possibly, I mean, 22 could maybe hold again. Ultimately, if we look at the weekly, there's no support between here and this 20 to 19.5, 19.7K area. So that's really why I think it's 19.7. But looking at the daily, I guess, 22 could hold. But if we lose it, things do get ugly again and we will drop. However, I do believe another relief bounce is in play. Very much, you can't just drop all the way down in a straight line. I guess we can because we are, but we're oversold. We're historically oversold. Saying that there won't be a relief bounce is pretty stupid. I would be prepared to long a relief bounce before I'd be prepared to short any more than where we are. My uncle is the VP for JP Morgan Chase Bank Investment, I bet. I bet. I bet, man. That's awesome. That's great. I'm glad your uncle's the VP of Chase. This data's public. We can look that up. Yeah, I do have a Discord. It's free. It's in the description. It's also on my Twitter bio if you want to check it out. But yeah, guys, I'm more or less expecting some relief before we continue lower, or at least have the idea of a relief bounce. There's nothing that says relief yet. Ultimately, we do have a very, very large volume candle, which could signal a bottom. It did over here, or at least a temporary bottom. But ultimately, there's nothing that says, there's no divergences. However, we are, again, historically oversold. We could drop a little bit more, maybe make some kind of double bottom, retest, and then go further down. Again, these things are all not out of the question and should be expected if you're a trader. Nothing ever moves up or down in a straight line. And again, I'm going to say this again for all you people looking to short the lows. You should be looking for a long trade now, not a short trade. Show us your portfolio. I doubt that's my basement, bro. Are you kidding me right now? There's literally a staircase over there. There's the garage is right there. And such an idiot. I'm not even going to answer. I doubt that's your basement. God, you're such a dumbass. Pull up the Agris tweet about you. It means I get my info from him. Mark my words. Yeah. Sweet. All right. Well, let's go to other time frames here, shall we? This guy is something, man. So, again, no true signs of reversal. However, very, very oversold. Historically oversold, I'd even argue. All of these levels on RSI have signaled bounces. We can see a bounce here, again. Here we had a little bit of sideways. So if we get some sideways movement, then we'll know that we're going to continue. But just expect either sideways or a slight bounce. Not out of the question. Again, here we are historically oversold. A lot of sideways movement before continuing down. So again, now is not really the time to look for a short. We could either bounce or consolidate to continue the trend. Either way, shorting the lows is just that's not something you want to get into. You should have been shorting anywhere in this area or anywhere in this area. Hello, I joined at the moment when homie was guessing if it's your basement. Yeah, he thinks it's my living room. Guys, this is not my living room. And second of all, I'm looking at to move back to Florida. So yeah, I wouldn't even say it's a piece of shit house. It's a small house because I'm not going to buy some insanely nice house when I'm literally looking to move back to Florida in a year or two. Like, this guy's out of his mind. Like, jeez. This is literally my basement. Wait, watch this. That over there, that's my garage. Watch this. Garage. It's my garage, bro. Like, they don't put garages next to living rooms. That's not how that works. Man, I'm up from the other side of the world just to see this guy stream. Roman is one of the few. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. It wasn't been one right call, though. There's been many. I appreciate it, Stizzy. Just because I made one right call doesn't mean everyone else is wrong. Well, everyone else has been wrong. So I don't know where you're getting that from. What brand of chair is that? It's actually, my cousin bought like a $150 chair from Amazon, and I didn't have like a nice chair. I mean, granted, $150. I wouldn't. It's a nice chair, and I sat in his chair, and like all my back pain went away. So I just asked him what the brand was, and I bought it. Like the next day, I don't even know what brand it is, but I could probably tell you if you ping me in Discord. I could probably send a picture of the brand or whatever. You could find it. I would kill for a garage or basement. Yeah, I mean, I've got a backyard. Should I stream? Hey, maybe if I stream in my backyard, he'll think I won't have a house or I don't have anywhere to live because I'm living. You know, I don't live anywhere. I'm just homeless because I got one trade right and all the other ones were wrong. God, what a clown, dude! You're the epitome of clowns. Stop replying. No, dude, it's fun. It's for the content. You gotta reply to him. Gotta reply to him. Empty would not make someone poor. Adults pay taxes. Yeah, guys, like, it's a basement. I don't have, like, I've got fishing rods. You want to see my fishing rods? I got those over there. Like, dude, I'm looking to move back to my home in Florida. Like, I came up here, and I'm in a house to stay, not stay, but to spend time with family because my grandfather's 80 years old and his brain is going out. So I wanted to, be able to fish with him and hang out with him, get lunch with him. That way I didn't have to fly here every single weekend from Florida. I'm sorry your tiny, tiny ant-sized brain can't comprehend that, but whatever, man. To each his own. Zooming in on the 4-hour. Lots of selling volume here. Again, no true signs of divergence here. I shared this with my trading students earlier. I am expecting something like... You guys are making me laugh. I'm kind of expecting some kind of like reversal pattern to retest and go down. Maybe not even retest 28, maybe retest 26 or 27, whatever. But ultimately, relief bounce is overdue. Okay, we need relief to continue. Everyone knows this. Whether it's a lower time frame or a higher time frame, I'd say the higher time frames still have room to the downside. However, the 4-hour is enormously oversold. Again, look for a long trade here, not a short trade here. Could we dump further? Absolutely. But again, look for the long trade. We're closer to support than we are to resistance. The risk reward is definitely pointed towards the long side. Oh, you ordered that chair. Nice. Bro, we want the chair. Dude, I'll look at it in a minute. Screw it. Hold on. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know. I'll have to look at my Amazon account. Wait, I'm too poor to afford an Amazon account. I actually just found this chair in the dumpster outside. I had to clean it off with my underwear because I can't afford a washcloth. How is your basement next to your garage? Your garage is underground? Yes, most people have garages that are under, like, the driveway goes down in. God, you know what? Whatever, man. You're a fucking clown. Link to the chair, please. I'll buy you a good gift next bull market for saving money. Oh, thanks, Jesus. I just want to go to heaven. If I can, please just send me to heaven. I've roasted a lot of people on Twitter, and don't hold that against me. That's an IKEA chair if I've ever seen one. I mean, dude, I bought this on Amazon. It could be literally in IKEA. I don't know. It was $150. I'm not flexing a chair, bro. Like, what do you guys want out here, man? All right, 1 hour. Yeah, I don't really. Could maybe get a double bottom out of this. Maybe, I don't know. I don't like looking at 1 hour. The 4 hour definitely looks like some relief is coming soon. What's my favorite boxing combo? Jeez, I don't know. I like body shots. I'm a big I like feints. So one of them is my go-to. Like if I ever get if I ever get into a bar fight, right? And everyone, you haven't lived if you haven't been in at least one bar fight. So my go-to for a bar fight is you throw the fake jab and then you just come over the top with the right. It works dude, you don't got to do anything fancy on a drunk person. You just fake the right, throw the left, fake the left, throw the right, and it works every time. It's easy. You finish the fight in one punch, and you get to go home, and you're not exhausted. Why am I flexing my chair? I don't know. Way to leave us land. Yeah, dude, I don't know about the chair. I'm gonna be honest, but I did say I'd share the Agris story. So, guys, I'll share that story. Get you a drink and whatever. It's a good one. So for those of you that don't know, Agris, not Agris, on Twitter, we used to be like kind of friends. I reached out to him last September. And essentially, this is when I first started on Twitter. My Twitter account was made in April, but I really started posting on September. And he had like 3,000 or 4,000 followers, and I, reached out to him, and I said, "Hey, man, like I like some of your work, whatever." And guys, the whole point of doing this was so that I could grow. I wanted to get involved with people that had followers and people that had, tweets that were blowing up and all this. He wasn't the only person I messaged. I messaged like 5 different people. And I was like, hey, I really like your work, this and that, because I saw that they'd mention each other in like the Follow Friday shit. And I wanted to start I wanted my analysis to be seen. I wanted, to grow. I wanted to, show the analysis that I've been doing for a very, very long time. Because I originally came from TradingView, and everyone in the TradingView chat knew who I was, because I was the guy that was telling everyone that they were wrong. But I was, you guys can go back in my analysis and look at it. Regardless, reached out to him, we kind of became friends, whatever. I started growing. He started growing. We were kind of like neck and neck and everything. And, people really liked our analysis. It's kind of like Inspo and I today. A lot of people look at Inspo and I and they're like, those two guys know what they're doing. And, guys, last July, okay, this was before I even reached out to Agris. Agris was bearish last July. He shorted from 30 to 60K. Okay. Let's show the chart. Last July, he was shorting between 30 and 60K. He literally shorted all of this. Okay. All of it. And I have the messages to prove it. He was shorting all of that. He told me he was shorting all of that. He got liquidated right at 58K, right up here. And, he missed this entire move. Okay, for those of you that think that I'm a perma bear or whatever, I was bullish in all of this. Okay, I've got the tweets, I've got the old orders, I can pull everything out. I was saying that we were going to go up in July. I said that there were multiple factors that told me that we were going up. We had bullish price action, we had bullish divergences on the daily and MACD. Ultimately, we had a huge crash, and I was expecting a relief bounce. And we got it. My buy orders were between 33 and 36K, and I ended up selling right about 49.5. Again, I have the buy and the sell orders to show all of this. Fast forward into October. I ended up buying at 41,077, and I ended up selling at like 48. I did not hold all of this because I didn't believe it was truly bullish. That's unfortunate for me. I missed out on, some gains, but that's okay. Agris was literally bearish the entire time and was shorting the entire way up and got liquidated at 58K. Again, I have the DMs to prove this. Aside from that, when we hit 69K, I have a tweet that said that this was bearish. We were bearish. We were going down. This was a sign of exhaustion. You can see the divergences here in RSI and MACD. Yeah, I believe he was also bearish, but he was, for some reason, bullish on XRP. So the guy was buying XRP, telling me to buy XRP, telling other people to buy XRP because of the court case. He clearly doesn't know how a bear market works because XRP, from where Agris bought, which I believe I still have, the entry point that he gave me. Let me find the XRP chart. Here it is. So Agris told me to long XRP. Initially, I believe it was right about here. It was either right about there or right about here. And since then, we are down 70%. Okay? So I want you guys to keep this in mind. This guy was shilling XRP for the longest time. Actually, let me pull up my log. Here it is, the log chart. He was trying to buy anywhere in here because he thought that this was a support line that mattered. And maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Regardless, he was shilling the shit out of this and ended up losing on that. The whole point I'm trying to provide is I don't think this guy has ever had a successful trade in the last year or so. I don't know before then. I don't know Agris's trades before then. But I have not seen a single or heard of a single successful trade this guy has had. He has posts that change bias every other day. He's like, it's ridiculous. It's obvious and ridiculous in here. I'm going to pull up an old DM that I have. Second. Here it is. I'll just pull up the message. So I have people that message me too. And they're like, dude, what's up with this dude? Like, he's switching bias every day, all this and that. And these aren't just like random people. These are people that used to be in the group chat we were in. For those of you that didn't know, I used to be in a group chat with them. And let me find the message from. Here it is. So ultimately Agris posted this. 23K loading, bear trap loading, wick off spring. So, okay, he called 23K perfectly. Well, in my post, he was saying ultra bear multi-year support, which multi-year support's at 28K. So he changed his bias then and changed his analysis then. Not only that, but if we look further up, he says current upside potential is greater than downside. You'll find out soon why picking bottoms is for losers. Okay, so he's saying that if you try and pick bottoms, you're a loser. One day prior, this one helps me pick tops and bottoms for Bitcoin. I customize it, so stop asking for it. I only show a small percentage of indicators I use privately, which is why sometimes plebs, which he spelled wrong, might ask me, how do you know how this or that will happen? I just know. He just knows. He's God. He's God. He just knows. Just be glad I'm sharing. So what he's saying is, one, if you pick tops and bottoms, you're a loser. But he's also saying that he picked the bottom here. Because the other 3 tweets prior were, he was saying that we've bottomed and Bitcoin's going up. The upside is huge to the downside. Guys, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. So fast forward, he said that there is going to be a huge V-shaped recovery, and I disagreed with him because that's not what happens in any sort of trading scenario. I said, that's not what happens, man. You know that. This is, that's not what happens. And I didn't, curse at him. I wasn't disrespectful. I literally just said, that's not how that works. In all of Bitcoin's existence, other than the black swan event of COVID, that's never happened. And he attacked me in a group DM. He went after me. And I had enough. So I went up and I muted him, and then I ended up blocking him because I was just tired of seeing his horrible analysis. I mean, his analysis is so bad. It's my dog could do a better job. And he has attacked me today, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing his flip-flop people just if I'm going to be the guy that calls out the Moon Boys, I'm going to be the guy that calls you out for flip-flopping your analysis and looking for engagement. Because all the guy is doing is looking for engagement. And I'm tired of it, and I'm going to call him out. So I called him out, and before I called him out, I actually did apologize to him. Like, hey, man, sorry if there's any bad whatever. He didn't reply. And then he quoted one of my tweets. And I tweeted something like an hour later, he quoted it and said, yeah, this is why perma bears are wrong and this and that. And if you're some kid that's never experienced recession, like, first of all, dude, you're not that much older than me. And second of all, you've been wrong for the entire time I've been on Twitter. So that's the Agris story. He's a loser. He's a meme in my Discord. I'm over it. I explained it to you guys. Probably not going to talk about it anymore because it's just wasting my time at this point. And that's all I got for that. Stizzy, I was holding off buying when you were buying. Yeah, that was back in July. Yeah. The arrogance on that guy. Yeah, it's huge. What's your opinion on the rate hike tomorrow, mate? I think it's going to be 50 or 75 points, which is very, very bearish for the markets. Horrible analysis. I'm about to make a fortune next month while you lose. Okay. The world is full of FUD now. War, famine, inflation, recession. Yeah, it's not FUD. It's actually happening. So, do you think we can have a scalp alt bounce for a few weeks soon? Probably not. Guys, again, I would stop focusing on altcoins. I'd focus primarily just on Bitcoin. If you're going to trade, just trade Bitcoin. Don't worry about the alts. We are in a full-blown bear market, and I've said this for months. Just because Bitcoin bounces doesn't mean altcoins will bounce. Yo, Stizzy, can you remove Robert Perkins? I'm just kind of tired of seeing his uselessness. Just remove him. He's done. He doesn't need, like, no one needs the negativity. You know, it's fun roasting you for giving your pointless comments. I don't know if you're a jealous account that I roasted today or if you're just some idiot that's looking for attention. Regardless, you're just done. Just leave. Well, it depends if you still have money for that one call. LOL. Yeah, for real. All right, guys. Well, let's look at dominance. Dominance looks like a big pullback. Ultimately, I think altcoins were holding support while Bitcoin lost support. Just a minor pullback. Again, we hit resistance area up here, so expected. I'm still expecting this to break to the upside. So hitting this area of resistance does not mean that dominance is done pumping. We've seen that happen in the past, and we'll see it in the future. I still believe that this will break out, and ultimately altcoins will get absolutely demolished. Thanks, Dizzy. I appreciate it. Dude, guys, this guy is just a weirdo. It's probably Agris or it's probably Topo or it's probably someone that has too much time on their hand. You know, they're not watching charts because they don't know how to. They don't know what to do. And ultimately, I just don't care. I don't care what you're. I don't care that you're going to be negative. I mean, I've posted the same analysis for the last 8 months. We've made money on the way down. My students, the other patrons that get the analysis, they made a ton of money. I had a guy make $230,000 today on the double top from yesterday that we called out. He can do and say whatever he wants. He can do whatever. It doesn't matter. He's just a loser, man. It was fun roasting him for a minute, but whatever now. Oh, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it. Any update on Dogecoin? I don't really look over alts, man. I just, again, not in the bear market. I'm not looking to go over alts. They're just buying and holding alts is pointless. Do some historical analysis. But all right, just because, let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum looks like we've broken the prior all-time high of, what is that, 17 or 1400. So we've lost 1400. Where's the next support? Let's pull up a weekly. So it looks like, whoops, it looks like 1200 seems to be some kind of support here.